everyone, it's Jess, and today I'm playing some more Dream Daddy. We just finished setting up our dad book profile, so now we're gonna look at each of their profiles and see which one we're gonna pick to go on a date with. Yeah. So we got Craig, Matt, Brian, Robert, Damien, Hugo, and Joseph. So let's just start with Craig and read what his says. So we have Craig Chan. It's a very nice picture you got going there. There's no reverse raptor chest. So, dad of 3, business entrepreneur, and fitness enthusiast. Juggling work, family, and fitness is a tough gig, but someone's gotta do it. On a Friday night, you are most likely to get one last good cardio session in. Oh, if you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? A box of energy bars. Of course it would. What are your turn-ons? A sub 6-minute mile? Oh, okay. What did you want to be when you grew up? Beer pong world champion. What's your favorite movie genre? Buddy cop movies forever. What's your ideal date? Scaling a huge, dangerous mountain for fun. Okay. What do you never leave home without? An extra tube of energy gel. I spend a lot of time thinking about, my mile time used to be so good. What happened? Have I peaked? Okay. Well, he's definitely active, and I am not. So next is Matt. So we got Matt Sella. It's a really good picture of him. So, avid music enthusiast. Passionate coffee drinker. You can find me most days selling bean juice over at the Coffee Spoon or hanging out at the park with my amazing daughter. Hit me up about 80s no wave music. On a Friday night, you are most likely to perfect my cold brew setup, one drip at a time, baby. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? Fine tunes to pass the days away. What are your turn-ons? Multi-instrumentalism. I think I pronounced that correctly. What did you want to be when you grew up? A barista, weirdly enough. What's your favorite movie genre? Shit with subtitles. What's your ideal date? We go to the animal shelter and seriously consider adopting a cat. What do you never leave home without? My headphones, both in-ear and over-ear, just in case. I never leave home without my earbuds. I love music way too much. I spend a lot of time thinking about where did writing commas into song titles come from and where did it go? Did we all just agree that it's a bad idea? Very into music, Matt. Very. Next up we got Brian. Brian Harding. What's up? How you doing? I don't know why I'm doing this to like every single one. Hey, I'm Brian. I spend most of my days hanging out with my awesome daughter and thinking up new ways to grill. If you like fishing, then we'll get along. On a Friday night, you are most likely to see just how slowly I can cook a piece of brisket. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? My fishing pole. What are your turn-ons? A keen understanding of steak cuts. What did you want to be when you grew up? Fireman. What's your favorite movie genre? Romantic comedies. What's your ideal date? Deck building. Okay. What do you never leave home without? My portable fishing pole. I spend a lot of time thinking about how my daughter is smarter than I am. Okay, so I'm getting the vibe you're very much into fishing. And you're still trying to one-up me or something. I don't know. But yeah, seems pretty cool. Next we got Robert, the mysterious one. Robert Small. What's up? I like your jacket. How do I do this? When the internet gains sentience and decides to destroy us all, you know it'll use this information against us, right? Okay then. Also, I think I pronounced this word right. Maybe not. I don't know. On a Friday night, you are most likely to make a deal in an alleyway, have it go badly. Who's the cop? Was it Giacomo? I trusted Giacomo. I probably pronouncing it wrong. I'm sorry. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? Gun. Okay. What are your turn-ons? Don't talk to me. What did you want to be when you grew up? Grifter. What's your favorite movie genre? Italian neo-realism. What's your ideal date? Grave robbing. Oh, okay. What do you never leave home without? At least 4 knives. I spend a lot of time thinking about, you ever really look into a rabid animal's eyes? Not really. Is that what you do? Okay. I mean, I'm getting the vibe that you're not really a people person. Yep, okay. Back. Next up is Damien. Damien Blood March. What's up? It's going. How do you do? I have finally decided to join this information superhighway. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but I will try my best to understand. I love long strolls through graveyards and spending time with my son. If you would ever like to chat about the latest in Victorian fashion, the inevitability of our own demise, or black cats, please send me a letter. On a Friday night, you are most likely to listen to true crime podcasts while I taxidermy my newest specimens? Words? If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? A coffin. Oh. What are your turn-ons? Pronouncing bosom correctly? I think I pronounced it correctly. What did you want to be when you grew up? A bat? Plain and simple. Okay. What's your favorite movie genre? Foreign art house horror? Okay. What's your ideal date? It's night. We are at an industrial dark wave club in Berlin. The music drums to the beat of our hearts. What do you never leave home without? An upside down cross. Oh, okay. I spend a lot of time thinking about mortality salience. Okay. Getting the vibe of a vampire? Hey? Okay, next we got Hugo, the teacher. Hugo Vega. I like your bow tie. I love bow ties personally, so. Middle school teacher, high school teacher, writer of scholarly articles on 18th century literature for various esteemed publications. If you're on here to tell me that my son put a cherry bomb in your trash, I know and I'm sorry. Oh, okay. On a Friday night, you are most likely to brew some strong tea and paint my miniatures. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? A remembrance of things past by Marshall Proust? A word? Name? Can't pronounce right now. What are your turn-ons? Muscles. What did you want to be when you grew up? Movie star. What's your favorite movie genre? Documentaries on art history. What's your ideal date? Each of us read a different book on opposite sides of the couch in comfortable silence. What do you never leave home without? My glasses. Actually, I forget them at home a lot. You have glasses? But so do I. I just don't ever wear them, so you ain't alone. I spend a lot of time thinking about, I worry that people who are against e-readers are more in love with the idea of books than actually reading them. Very, teacher-like? I don't know. He likes books, and he seems very nice. Okay, and now we got Joseph. Let's see. Joseph Christensen. Hey. I don't know. Nice pick. Voted Maple Bay's #1 youth minister for 5 years running. Living in my hometown with my beautiful wife and our 4 amazing kids. If I'm not in church, you can catch me out on the open water, setting sail on the seas of adventure. I love playing guitar and crushing my kids at Candyland. I don't know if you should love crushing your kids at Candyland, but I mean, okay. On a Friday night, you are most likely to lead the community in a fun mixer. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? My 6 string. See, what are your turn-ons? My loving wife. What did you want to be when you grew up? Ship captain. What's your favorite movie genre? Feel-good movies. What's your ideal date? Lovely night on the town with my wife. What do you never leave home without? The good book. I spend a lot of time thinking about how I can be a better man, husband, and father. So he's very family oriented. Okay, so now we've seen all of their profiles. And I actually know which one I really want to go with, and that's Damien, because he's weird. Well, not really weird, but he's different than the rest, I guess. And I kind of like that. So, gonna go with a Damien Blood March. I don't know which one I'll go for after this. I think I'm gonna go and do, like, each of them. Like, I'm gonna go for Damien first and get, like, all of his, like, what is it, 3 hearts? The 3 hearts things, and then I'll go back to, like, a save and do it, because I think it's, like, after that, you can't do it again, or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going for Damien. So, Damien Blood March. Message. Damien seemed really interesting. A little odd, but interesting. I think I should hang out with him to get to know him a little better. I navigate to Damien's dad book page and type out a message. Oh. Hey dude, you seem cool. We should hang out sometime. I sit there for a minute before I see that Damien's typing. But then he keeps typing. And typing. Man, is this guy writing a novel? I leave the computer to make some coffee. And he's still typing. I sip my coffee and the computer finally dings. Oh, Dank, I must confess my excitement to be receiving your kind letter, for, as you see, I do find myself available to enjoy your company. I must ask for your forgiveness, however, as I do believe our first meeting did not paint me in as gentlemanly manner as I would have liked. Okay? Oh, whoa, there's more. Oh. Are you done? I would be highly flattered to enjoy your companionship at my residence for an afternoon tea and stroll around my garden. Should it please you, till then, adieu? Yours humbled, D. Blood March. I stare at the screen and reread the letter several more times. Hey, Amanda. Oh, she's back from school? Oh no, she looks to be crying. Amanda pops out of her room. Her eyes are a little puffy, almost as if she's been crying. Hey, are you alright?
I'm fine.
Oh yeah, totally, I'm cool. I just found out that the succulent I've been watering and singing to for the last 3 months was actually made out of plastic. Even the dirt was fake. Oh, honey? Are you sure that's all you're upset about? You have to tell me what's actually wrong. I'm so sorry about your plant. She doesn't have to actually tell me what's wrong. And I'm gonna go, I feel like there's actually more. I'm gonna go with, are you sure that's all you're upset about? Instant. Oh, wait, okay. If there's, anything going on, I just want you to know that I'm here for you, and I'll always be here for you. Whether you need a shoulder to cry on or a strong dad to go kick someone's butt, I'm only a phone call away. Thanks, Dad. I appreciate that. But I'm fine, really. I'm unconvinced, but I'll stop badgering her about it. I'm sure she'll tell me when she's ready. Can you help me with something? Dad, for the last time, I'm not popping your back pimples. Ew. No. Can you interpret this for me? I turn the computer to Amanda, and she squints at Damien's message. I just don't understand net speak. Like, is this how you kids communicate with each other now? Oh, totally. This is the hot new thing. See, Dad, kids got over saying LOL and LMAO or whatever and decided that what they needed to do was bring it back to the 1800s. So, what do I do? Where's your pen and quill? What? Did you forget to unpack the pen and quill, Dad? How will we address the nobleman in regards to your upcoming debut ball? Okay, now I know you're messing with me. Father, without a proper chaperone, you'll never end up with a suitor worthy of our land. Or our dowry. Or... So you read Pride and Prejudice for school one time, and now you're reciting things you know about it back to me, aren't you? Like the first 5 pages, then I read a review of the movie. Still got a B, though. Great, so what do I say to Damien? I got this. Amanda reaches over me and types on the keyboard. Let's see what she says. Sure thing, dude. Regards. Dank. Amanda hits in and smiles at me. Well, I suppose that's that. I make the short walk over to Damien's house. Well, I guess you can't really call it a house, it's more of a manor, estate. The Gothic architecture looms above the other homes in the cul-de-sac. I walk past a couple of gargoyles guarding the front door and look around for a doorbell. There doesn't seem to be one. I pull the large ornately carved bat's head door knocker back, and a hollow sound echoes throughout the house as I strike it against the door. That's not creepy. I wait several moments before the door slowly creaks open. It's a little creepy, but I enter the home and take a few steps into the foyer. Or foyer? I think that's foyer. I think that's how I know it as, but... Noting the oil portraits of who I assume are dead relatives hanging on the wall. Oh, as I'm admiring them, the front door slams shut behind me. Oh, hello? Silence. An oil lamp in the corner flickers dimly, casting ominous shadows against the wall. Why do I feel like all the people in these paintings are staring straight at me? Why is it so cold in here? Where's Damien? Why did the music just get kind of creepy? Okay. Dang, pleasure to have you in my home. I look up and see Damien standing at the top of a majestic staircase with a walking candle holder. What's up? What's with the door slamming shut? Oh, sorry, there was a draft. And the door creaking open when I knocked. I accidentally left the door unlocked. And the creepy oil paintings? I like oil paintings. Right. Right. Please, let me show you around. Oh, my head. Okay. I'm down. Damien leads me around his house, showcasing his parlor, sitting room, auxiliary sitting room, and the parlor again for some reason. This is one of the older homes on the block, yes, but nowhere near as old as the architecture might suggest. Throughout extensive renovations, I have been able to craft a residence that is both historically accurate to the Victorian period and equipped with the amenities of any modern dwelling. We walk past a door covered in bumper stickers, caution tape, and a black parade poster. Did they listen to My Chemical Romance in the Victorian era? That's my son's room. You know how the rebellious teenage years are. Onward, onward, there's more to see. We reach a door at the end of the hall that Damien opens with a flourish. And this is the library. Sunlight streams in from floor to ceiling arched windows. The walls are lined with packed bookshelves, and even more books are scattered over the period-appropriate furniture. Damien is clearly really proud of this room. Look out the windows, look at the butterflies. Pick up the book, that's enough of the tour. Let's pick up a book. Oh, that's a good sign. You know, Dank, in the Victorian era, there was some controversy surrounding reading. Many people thought the more Towardy novels would encourage youth into a life of crime and would cause too much of a distraction from work and school. I have no idea if I pronounced that word right. I pull out a book at random and examine the worn cover. Opening it, I turn to a random page and read out loud. Okay. Naruto struggled against the chains that Sasuke had bound him with. Shirtless and out of breath, he looked up at Sasuke. Sasuke smirked, unbuttoning his ninja pants. Is this a fan fiction? Okay, I think that's enough. That's a fan fiction, isn't it? I mean, that seems like fan fiction. I've read my fair share of fan fiction. Damien snaps the book shut and puts it back onto the shelf. His face. It's like, oh no, you discovered my secrets. That's a rare book from my private collection. Naruto fanfiction? Look out the window, look at the butterflies. Look out the window. Oh, I'm just getting all the hearts here. I walk to the window and am greeted by a beautiful view of Damien's backyard. It showcases a beautiful view of the rest of the cul-de-sac. Hey, I can see Craig on his lawn. He's doing push-ups with his daughters on his back. Damn. He sees me and waves happily, doing push-ups with one hand now. Damn! Did you know that the Victorians spent at least 20 hours a week gazing longingly out of full-length windows? Wait, really?
Oh.
No, but Victorians did appreciate telling a good joke. Look at the butterfly. Oh, so all of those are good answers. Okay. I walk up to the glass display of pinned bugs on the walls. It's pretty impressive. Nice bugs. I pinned them all myself. Maybe I could show you how sometime. I'm concerned I would stick the pin right through my finger. Ah, the pinner's gamblet. Is that a thing? No.
Oh.
Please, will you join me for some tea? Yes. I like tea. Ow. I follow Damien to his sitting room, where finger foods have already been set out upon a beautiful tiered silver tray. I take a seat on one of the high-backed chairs as Damien pours and serves me some tea. I can't believe we're having high tea. I never thought I'd get to do this. Damien smiles to himself. What?
Oh.
It's a common misconception that high tea refers to the wealth of or class of the people enjoying it, when in fact high refers to both the later time of day that the working class had to enjoy tea and the height of the tables on which they are served. Oh.
Huh.
My dear friend, we're currently enjoying afternoon tea. That's informative. Damien takes a seat next to me and serves me a tiny sandwich. Your home is really impressive. Are there a lot of goths in Maple Bay? I like your cape. I feel like that's kind of rude, but like at the same time funny. I feel like that's kind of just rude. I'm just gonna go, yeah. I'm gonna go with your home is really impressive because it actually really is. That's a good sign. I think I did good. It seems like you really put a lot of work into this place. Thank you. No one's ever complimented my home before. Why not? It's awesome. Hell, I can barely get matching salt and pepper shakers in my place, and look at what you've done. I'm kind of jealous. That's very generous of you to say. What got you so interested in goth stuff? Well, when I was a young boy, my father... Did he take you into the city? Oh god, we're making a reference. Sorry? Did you guys see a marching band? I'm afraid I don't understand. You're serious? Of course. But it's, you know, the song Amanda's made me listen to it. Seriously? I'd love to see a marching band. Oh man. Nevertheless, I've always had a love for art, history, and fashion. What started off as a small hobby of collecting taxidermied animals grew into sort of an obsession. It's a privilege to be able to appreciate the lives and culture of those who came before us, I think. Why not go all the way? I like not dying when I catch cold. He takes a sip of tea. I can acknowledge that there were many very terrible things about the Victorian era, and to try to live a life that strictly aligns with those ideals would be admittedly horrible. But I think it takes a critical mind to truly appreciate something to the fullest. To be cognizant of its flaws and love it all the same. Probably pronounced it wrong. Tell me, Dank, do you have any hobbies? Oh man, I do, but I don't know if I care about anything the way you care about this stuff. Well, I'd love to hear about your interest. Hearing someone talk about the things they're passionate about is intriguing and quite honestly rather attractive. Please do tell me about your hobbies. Quick, sounds sophisticated. I like watching soap making videos on the internet. Love me some word jumbles. I learned how to juggle once. I'm gonna go with love me some word jumbles. Oh, okay. The written word fascinates me. We spend so much time using words, you know, and I think people would appreciate them more if they had to unjumble them. It's poetic, really. Oh, so you're a writer? In a sense. We finish our tea and finger sandwiches.
How delightful.
Come, I have one more thing to show you. This is his garden. It's really, really pretty. I like it. I like the art of even all the little flowers. Damien takes me around the back of his home, where a variety of flowers flourish in beautifully landscaped rows. A small stone path weaves through it, and butterflies flit lazily through the air. My garden. It's beautiful. Thank you. Victorians took flowers and floral arrangements very seriously. You see, it was considered uncouth to discuss personal and romantic relations in public, so lovers and friends alike would use boutiques to send secret messages to each other. Each flower and plant is symbolic of different feelings. Even more interesting is that one flower could mean different things depending on the other plants it was paired with. One had to be extremely careful, as even the style in which the ribbon was tied around the bouquet affected the message. Damien leans down and plucks a gorgeous bright orange flower off a vine. Lilium bulbiferum? The orange lily. What do you think this one means? My loins are ablaze. Thou art the Titus. 3 cheers for sweet revenge. Thou art the Titus. Yes. Getting good points here, people. ... The orange lily is just actually symbolic of pure hatred. Ew. And that's precisely why floral arrangement is so challenging. What's your favorite type of flower? Snapdragons, honeysuckle, sunflowers. Where's tiger lilies? I'm gonna go with snapdragons because it sounds awesome. Because they're cute. And you can do that thing where you can squeeze them so it looks like they're talking. What a lovely choice. Oh, hey. I'll have to remember that when I put together a bouquet for you. He would put together a bouquet for me? Nobody's ever given me a bouquet before. I follow Damien around the footpath and admire more of his beautiful flowers. Suddenly a phone rings. It's not mine. Oh, Dank, will you excuse me? I must take this. He pulls a cell phone out of his pocket. I'm a little surprised it's not a rotary phone. Go for it. He's not that Victorian era. He has modern stuff. Damien smiles and walks back to the house. I take a deep breath and enjoy the heavily perfumed air. What a lovely yard. This makes me wish I put a little more effort into that garden Amanda and I tried to start one time. Our watermelon grew to the size of cherry tomatoes and then immediately died. Oh hey, a gargoyle. Oh no, I knocked over the gargoyle. Why would you do that?
Fix that guard.
Oh, okay. This is like a puzzle? No, that's the head. No, yeah. Oh, what? No! No!
Goal.
That was literally stressful. Phew, that was a close one. Uh-oh, here comes Damien. He looks upset.
Ugh.
That was loud. Dank, my sincerest apologies to have kept you waiting. There's an urgent matter that I must attend to, so I'm afraid I must take my leave. No problem, dude. Everything all right? Damien worries the hem of his coat with his fingers and looks away. Everything is perfectly fine, but it's Lucian. What's wrong? He appears to have, well, his teacher needs me to come to the school, post-haste. Do you need help? Oh no, you don't have to. Let me come with you. Us dads gotta stick together. You're right. This is one of Lucian's more elaborate stunts. I would greatly treasure having another parent by my side. Let's go. Damien and I walk into the school and are immediately greeted by an anxious-looking Hugo. Hey, Damien, you're here in record time. I wouldn't miss it for the world, dear friend. Wow, whatever it is, it doesn't seem like this is Hugo and Damien's first time to the my kids are in trouble rodeo. He just looks so annoyed. What is it this time? This, Damien, you have to see to believe. Damien and I fall into step behind Hugo, who leads us through the busy corridors of the school. We pass by several classes in session, and I vaguely wonder if Amanda's around. Hugo eventually ushers us into a small boiler room with a flight of rickety stairs leading down into darkness. Watch your step! I can hear faint voices drifting up from the basement, and they don't sound happy. As I'm led into the depths of the school, I recall the antics I got into as an angsty middle schooler. At least I had enough sense to stay out of creepy basements. Is that Lucian and Ernest? Yep. What did you two do? We find another teacher in the boiler room tucked away in the back of the basement. With him are Lucian and Ernest, Hugo's son. Lucian has a bloody nose. Thanks for coming. I can't make heads or tails of this. I look around the scene of the crime and see a bunch of bricks and some masonry tools scattered around. What happened here? Ernest punched me. Lucian tried to kill me.
What?
The room falls silent. I was not trying to kill you, dumbass. I was just trying to build a brick wall around you and see what would happen. Seriously though, Lucian's got a nice smile. I'm sorry, I just had to say that. You promised me there was wine down here. You tricked me. Whoa. Wait a second. Lucian, did you try to cask of Amatillado, Ernest? Word I'm not going to pronounce because I can't. Sorry if it's really simple. I'm neither confirming nor denying that. I turn to Damien and whisper to him, What's cask of Amatillado? Why do I have to know? It's a classic Edgar Allan Poe short story where a man gets his enemy drunk, lures him down to a cellar with the promise of wine of a fine vintage, then buries him alive behind a brick wall. Well, never read that one in school.
Oh.
It's a lovely story. So, wait, Lucian, you tried to do that to him? I was curious to see how it would turn out. I wasn't actually going to leave him there. What was the thought process here? That Ernest was just going to sit still while you slowly built a tomb around him? Well, it worked for like 20 minutes because he's an idiot, but then he realized that I had lied to him about the wine. And you were cackling maniacally. That sort of tipped me off. I feel like they're actually like best friends or something, but whatever. Ernest, 20 minutes? Dad.
Huh?
It took you 20 minutes. Son, we just did an entire 2-week unit on the cask of that word. And it took you 20 minutes to realize Lucian was leading you into an elaborate ruse. Did you even read the story? I read the first 5 pages and then read a review of the movie.
Whoa.
It's only 5 pages long and there is no movie. Heh, yeah, you're right. I paid Lucian to read it for me.
I don't know.
Actually, he didn't even pay me. So when you think about it, this was me teaching him a lesson. Damien and Hugo both have their heads in their hands. You guys are always telling me to engage in the literature, and I did. I don't see a problem here. Alright, I'm filing this under what the hell. And don't do whatever that was again. You two are both suspended for a week. Ernest and Lucian high five. I swear they're friends. The teacher starts to stomp up the stairs. Look, they're like both kind of heavy. Hugo, I'll cover your class. Take your son home. Mr. Bloodmarch, you too. Thank you for your mediation. We all head up the stairs and out of the school in tense silence. Lucian, Damien, and I all pile into my car as I begin the drive home. Lucian immediately puts his head up and stares out the window angrily. I'm not going to therapy again. I know, son. It's entirely up to you whether or not you want to go. But I care about you, and I can see that you're struggling. So if you do decide that you would like to speak to a professional about your feelings, we can do that too. Maybe you can spend this next weekend looking for a summer job, I know how much you want your own car. I can't believe Damien's keeping his cool. I'm impressed. Fine. Thanks for not freaking out too hard. I love you, son. Lucian continues to stare out the window. Love you too. Heartwarming. That's really sweet. We spend the rest of the drive in relative silence. The moment we pull into the driveway, Lucian hops out of the car, slams the door, and runs inside. I didn't expect to have that conversation in front of you. He and I have a lot we need to work out. It's alright. And all things considered, Lucian's brick lane was pretty good, so there's your silver lining. There is that, yes. He's probably just going through a phase. I really admire how you handle it. Does this kind of thing happen a lot? It might not be a phase, because he might just be like that. I'm going to go with, I really admire how you handled that. You were a lot more diplomatic with him than I would have been. I just want what's best for him, and I don't think yelling at him would do either of us any favors. It rarely does. You're a good dad. Oh, that was good. See you around soon? It would be my honor and my pleasure. Damien bows with a flourish. Classy.
Huh.
Oh, I really like him. I come home to find Amanda curled up on the couch with a blanket watching TV. I plop down next to her. That's like me when I'm in the living room watching TV. Yo. What you watching? Tiny House Hunting Brothers Extreme Edition. Ugh, I hate this show. The couple on screen bickers back and forth while standing in an extremely small house made out of recycled bottles. The Tiny House Hunting Brothers watch them with bemused expressions, both of their heads touching the low ceiling. I told you I wanted a 2-bed, 2-bath, shabby chic cottage. This house doesn't even have a bathroom. But honey, the outhouse is only 20 yards away. It's not that bad. I am not pooping outside, Greg. Why don't they just get a regular sized house? I don't know. How'd afternoon tea go? It got strange. We had to go to the school to pick up Lucian since he tried to. He lured Ernest down the cellar with the promise of a fine vintage and then tried to brick him into a wall, right? How did you know that? Has everyone read this story except for me?
Yeah.
Lucian livestreamed the entire thing. This entire day is beyond me. But otherwise, it was a fun day. That Damien guy's a character, but he's really good company and a surprisingly diplomatic dad. Wait, so he live streamed him doing that to Ernest? I dig his style. You know what? Me too. Oh. I think I did good.
Are you familiar with the works of Corey Feldman? He simply slayed in The Lost Boys.
Is that his voice? Oh my god. I did good. Okay, well, that's gonna be it for this episode. The next episode, I'll go on the next date with him. I might do both the dates. I don't know. It depends on how long it's gonna take. I think I might just do like one date each episode. Keep the series very, very long and annoying probably, but whatever. So I hope you guys liked it. Please let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments below and give it a thumbs up if you did like it. Also, please subscribe. I'm going to be making more videos like this, and let me know what other games you want to see me play. So yeah, that's all for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!